Hey, here I am and welcome back. This week I'm visiting my family in the UK, so I'm here in Halton, which is the village where I grew up. It's a little village close to Lancaster in the north of England, and it is so cute and so pretty. So I'm just off for a little walk down the village. I'm going to go and find one of my favourite buildings in this village, which is the Boathouse. I'll see you when we get there. There's actually lots of really lovely places to sketch around here. I should do more of it. I'm going to do that. Every time I come back, I'm going to sketch something around the village. Maybe have a little Halton collection. This river here is the River Lune, and the building that I want to sketch is actually just down and around this corner, but I'm going to sketch it from the other side. Morning. People are very friendly around here. So, got myself into a bit of a pickle here because the building I want to sketch is this one here through the leaves. But where am I going to sit? Do I dare go down there? Wondering where... Oh, maybe I could go... Oh, just here actually, seems okay. There we go, that's the picture. Look at that. What a gorgeous little building. And it's got a boat tied up outside. That's really cool. Good. I'm going to try and sit myself on this log. Maybe balance the camera here. And I'm going to sketch that over there. It's not such a long drop down if I did fall. And there is water down there, so I think I'd be okay. I've brought 3 sketchbooks with me and I don't know which one to use. I'm not going to use the small one. I don't know whether I should try and finish off this sketchbook, which has about 4 pages left in it, continue with my little sketchbook, or use my homemade sketchbook. I think I'm going to continue with this, the bigger one, that only has a few pages left because I really want to finish it. And I'll get round to finishing the other ones at another time. So I brought with me my sketchbook, obviously, my little pencil case, and from here I'm only going to use... How much time have I got? Okay, I have about 55 minutes to do this. And I'm probably not going to take that long. But I will use my pencil, my fountain pen with waterproof ink, a water brush, and I think that's about it from the pencil case. Then I have... No, oh my goodness, I thought I'd forgotten my paints. I have my paints, it's a limited palette. It's mostly Daniel Smith, and I've got 2 Winsor & Newton ones in there as well. And this is my homemade palette that's for traveling with. I have a spray bottle, and a Posca if I need to do some highlights. And instead of bringing kitchen roll all the time, I just have this reusable cloth and it dries. And I'm going to try and explain what I'm doing for you throughout, but sometimes I go very quiet. So let's split this into thirds first. More or less. I think I want the edge of the building kind of central, so everything is going to be over this side. We'll have the river here, the top of the house here. Okay, let's go. We're going to have like a square for the house. A couple of bushes here. I'm just going to do this really quite loosely. This is the ivy going up the side. This chimney bit goes up here. Actually, one of the first sketches I ever did was of this boathouse, but I did it from a photo that I had taken. This is my first time doing it plein air, and I've been really looking forward to this. It's all I've talked about since I came home, really. Okay, now see, I've done this a little bit wrong. Everything needs to be a bit higher. This is why I'm glad I've gone through with pencil first, because I want this arch bit to be kind of here. And then the boat comes out at a bit of an angle. It's actually quite a shallow arch. It's not as high as I always think it is. And then this comes around here. Not quite so swooping as that, but never mind. There's the window here. It's a bit of a bay window that comes out actually. So there's some steps come from there. Some tables and chairs here. Might incorporate this tree. Just see, comes like this, and that branch kind of goes out. I'm just going to use that as a bit of a frame. Okay, let's go over that with some ink. That's 3 minutes of sketching so far. I'm going to try and keep this really loose. I'm going to try not to bring my pen off the paper so much. I'm going to go probably quite quiet now because that's what happens when I concentrate. I can't speak and concentrate at the same time. Oh, it's very scratchy. Oh, I've taken my pen off. It's okay. When you're doing this kind of loose style, if you do take your pen off, it really doesn't matter. Just start again and try and keep it on for as long as possible. The last time I sketched this, which I'm going to show, maybe show it over here, I drew all of the bricks and all of the slates, and I think in the end it was quite unnecessary. Didn't need to do all that. But I had only just started sketching then, and I hadn't really found my own way, and I was trying to imitate what other people were doing. So diamond-shaped windows here, which I quite like. So I'm going to make sure I include them. It's not quite in the right place, but never mind. I don't have the time to be placing everything where it's exactly meant to be. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. I want to try and make sure that this is kind of in proportion. So the middle of the arch is here, not where I actually originally drew it. And this comes down to like the edge of there, really. It's actually very wide. Here we have this window. I want to get this boat in. You can see it's got like this kind of motor thing on the back. Suggestion of some bushes there. And then down here we've got, these are definitely bushes. Here we have one of those big bushes, and then this one's a much bigger one. Another one here, smaller. I don't know what this is. There is something here that's got like a tripod. I'm not sure what it is. It almost looks like a hand. Maybe it's a barbecue. Oops. Oh, I just slipped. Look what I just did. Never mind. Oh, I never noticed this. There is like a little fence. The more you look at a scene, the more you notice. But I'm going to try not to get too bogged down in the details, because then it's going to stop looking loose and end up just looking messy, I think. So I'm going to try and limit myself to just suggesting things, like just suggesting a couple of these bricks. There's a nice little wall with an archway there. I would love to have a look in this house. It looks so interesting. So let's try and get this tree involved. All these leaves. A bit more texture on this side. The sun is coming this way, just so you know. Okay, there will be a reflection of this boat here. Oh, look at this little, made a little friend. Go away. Some different trees back here. Two of those. And then a fluffy one. Okay, let's see how we get on with that. I'm going to go over it with my putty rubber. Can't get out. There we go. Putty rubber. It's got sand on it from when I used it at the beach. I'm just going to rub over that lightly with this putty rubber, which should pick up everything. It doesn't leave like rubber crumbs on the paper, which is really good. How long have we been sketching for? 15 minutes. So now I'm just going to take a water brush. So the brush, you can see that, I think you can see the bubble there. The water is in the handle and you just give it a little squeeze and then all your water comes out. I'm going to be using this tiny little palette. So here we've got a yellow, a warm red, a cool red. I don't know which way around these are. I think it's a warm blue, cool blue, a green, indigo, and I think that's burnt sienna. I'm just going to spray these just to activate them a little bit. And let's see, let's try and get this kind of yellowy, browny color to start with. Okay, I'm just going to wash this over. That's much more colorful than I expected it to be. But never mind. It's sketching. We're just going to deal with it. It doesn't have to be perfect anyway. We are on a time limit after all. I can also use that down here. Oh, I never drew in the table and chairs. Maybe I can add them in afterwards. Or maybe I'll leave it. I'm going to take a basic greeny color and I'm going to use that just for all of the green parts. It doesn't matter if these colors all mix together. That's all part of the fun. Sometimes it matters. Today it doesn't. Just try and get a little bit of variety in the colors. But we want them all to look like they're going to the same party, you know? Oh, I just had to remove some videos from my phone to continue sketching. That was annoying. Okay, I'm going to add some leaves up here. Try and do it before my phone fills up again. Try and make a little bit of difference in color down here. This is quite a browny, greeny color down here, all of this river. This river's not a nice blue river. It's not a very romantic looking river. Okay, but I do want to add this reflection into here. Let's try and add some shadows with whatever palette and mud I've got going on here. This side. Oh, I didn't colour that in. Okay, it's gone great. Some shadow under there. Maybe I should make this all shadowed. Am I making bad choices there? Yeah, then that was a bit of a bad choice, but what can you do? It's done now. If I try and make it a bit browner. Oh no. These things happen. We just have to deal with it. Let's see how it goes. Oh no. I've committed to it. I'm going with it. Okay, it doesn't look too bad when everything's all the same colour, capturing out of space, but that's more or less where we are. I'm not happy with how dark this part is really, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take this Posca pen. I'm just going to try and add a couple of little highlights here and there just to try and make it pop a little bit. Brighten this up a little bit here. Here inside the boat. The last time I sketched this, I think it had a kind of fairy tale feel, but this time it's got a kind of cartoon feel to it. So I've had a lot of problems with running out of storage during this video. Maybe I need to get something else to film on. But here we go. Here you have the final sketch. I've used the Posca to add highlights around, which has helped me to like it a lot more. I think it looks a bit cartoony, but I'm not mad about that. So there you go. That is the Boathouse, take 2. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!